Organizations use supply chain strategies like a gap analysis and cost controls to determine if the processes between various supply chain industries are being met or if the process needs to be improved. This analysis looks at the actual gap of where the company is currently and where they want to be. A gap analysis has several steps. The first step is to identify the current state. To identify the current state, create a list of the processes and characteristics by using facts and not generalizations that the company is hoping to improve. The focus of the analysis can either be quantitative, such as looking at the number of pizzas delivered to customers per day, or qualitative, such as examining the types of pizzas being offered. The next area to be identified is the future state, which is the goal set by the company indicating what the company wants to achieve. Similar to the current state, this area can be outlined in quantifiable terms, such as a specific increase in the number of pizzas delivered per day, or qualitative, by trying to increase the number of types of pizzas offered. The third step is describing the gap. If a gap between the current and future state is identified, then an outline should describe what the gap consists of, including reasons for the gap. This information should be very specific. Again, this information should be quantifiable, such as the difference in the number of current deliveries per day and the targeted number of deliveries per day. It should also be qualitative, such as working towards offering more pizza selections. The final step in the gap analysis is listing the proposed solutions to fill in the gap between the current and future state. These proposed solutions need to specifically address the factors that constitute the gaps. Examples of solutions are to hire additional drivers to increase the number of pizzas delivered per day, and instituting a new menu that offers more selections. Creating a gap analysis provides a report that will help improve various processes for an organization to determine where it is currently, where it wants to be, and the steps it will take to get there. Another area that organizations need to be concerned with regarding supply chain strategy is traps. Many successful companies have found themselves falling into one of three traps, if not all three. The psychological trap is what happened with the company Blockbuster. While Netflix ventured off into other systems of delivery like direct mail and video on demand, Blockbuster failed to forecast future trends. Blockbuster went from 9,000 stores in 2004 down to just one in 2018. The Eastman Kodak Company fell into the physical trap. Kodak's success started in the early 1900s with the Brownie camera, followed by Kodachrome film, and even a handheld movie camera. Their success continued on until the 1980s, when they lost out on the inception of digital photography, printers, and file sharing. They attempted to expand into other areas, but their late attempt was not enough to be compared to their glory days. Tower Records was a retail music superstore that launched in 1960. Although they launched an online presence with Tower.com in 1995, they would eventually become the victim of the strategic trap. Tower failed to focus on the future and would lose out to streaming music companies like iTunes, Pandora, and Spotify. Another supply chain strategy is cost control. This is the method of determining and reducing business expenses in order to increase profits. A business owner begins with the budgeting process by comparing the budget results with the budget forecasts. If the cost exceeds what was budgeted, then actions need to be taken. For example, the company can take bids for material from other vendors, which can lower cost. Outsourcing is another method of cost control. At times, it is less expensive to use labor from other countries or pay a third party to take on responsibilities, such as payroll. A supply chain gap analysis, traps, and cost controls are all important factors that organizations need to be aware of and should constantly revisit in order to maintain and grow a profitable company.